Happy Thursday! It's April 16th and this is your ELA 7 Virtual Edition lesson for the day. So today we're going to talk about Vocab List 22. We're going to talk a little bit about our next activity with our Scope Magazine article for the week, and then of course make plans right now to do some reading with us today. And if you're already done with that, because I've seen that a few of you are, if you're already done with that, grab a book, spend some time in the pages. All right, so Vocab List 22 for today. All I need you to do is do some review. So if you've been counting, this is our fourth vocab list of this quarter. That means we're 23, 24 test week away from the big vocab test for this quarter. So you want to make sure that you're remembering those words, that you're keeping them fresh in your mind and not, just letting them float right out of your ears once you're done with the vocab story, okay? Because there is still that test. So we need to make sure that we're reviewing. So there are links for Quizlet and Blooket, both in the module for today, and they'll be in the module for tomorrow as well, because that's what I want you to be doing these next 2 days, is making sure that you're reviewing your vocabulary, not just list 22, but also lists 19, 20, 21, and 22, so that we keep those words in our minds, since we're not in class every day and reminding each other of them by throwing them out as we're discussing things in class and stuff like that. Hopefully you're throwing them around at home when you have the opportunity. And so just do everything you can, the things that we normally do, to keep those words fresh in your mind. So that's your assignment for today regarding vocabulary. And then Scope Magazine. So yesterday you did the worksheet that in the previous 2 weeks' assignments had a paragraph response question on it. You may have noticed yesterday's didn't. That's because today and tomorrow we're working on a big paragraph that is a test grade. That's right, it will be your first grade in that 65% category. So these next 2 days, your work needs to be on point. We need to be making sure that we're dotting all our I's, crossing all our T's, following all the rules. Okay, so here's the deal. You've already read the day we sent a message to aliens, and you've answered some reading questions about them. So you should be using the text, pages 26 and 27. You have access all the same ways that you've had all week long. So either in your magazine, the PDF that I put out on Tuesday, or you can use the link to Scope Online using the access code that's right there in the link text. So use the text itself to help you to answer the question that you will find on your planning sheet. You'll find that planning sheet in the assignment titled Alien Plan, and that's in today's module. So if you open that assignment, you will find a PDF that you can download, and this PDF will look kind of familiar because we've done a couple of pages like this already this year. It's just a planning sheet to help us determine what it is we're going to say, in other words, our central claim or the central idea of the whole paragraph, how we're going to support that with evidence from the text, and then how we're going to wrap it all up at the end. So there are 3 steps that we're going to be going through to plan for our paragraph that we will write on Friday. So our question is, why is the Voyager mission significant? Why is the Voyager mission significant? So significant means important, or why is this mission, what impact has it had, if that kind of makes sense. Okay, so why is the mission significant? So step 1 is going to be to write your claim. Your claim is basically your restate and answer. Okay, so fortunately for you, the restate part is already done. They already wrote for you, the Voyager mission is significant because, and all you have to do is fill in the blank with the answer to why the Voyager mission was significant. So think about what you read, maybe reread a little bit, go back and look at the text and determine, why was this mission significant? Why was it important? Then step 2 is to provide text evidence and commentary. So we don't usually use the word commentary. We usually use the word explanation, right? Because like if you think about races, it's restate, answer, cite, explain, right? So we usually use the word explanation. So basically in step 2, what you're going to do is identify your 2 pieces of text evidence, because we always use 2 pieces of text evidence to give the most support, or at least more support. 3 would obviously be even more than that. So, 2 is our guideline though. We need at least 2 pieces of text evidence. Write those down, and that line is going to be labeled detail 1. Okay, detail 1 and detail 2, those are text evidence. You need to find those in the text. You can either paraphrase. Paraphrasing is fine as text evidence, and you can directly quote. Either way, you have to cite your source though. Either way, you have to cite your source. And I highly recommend that you do that on your planning sheet. And I've said this repeatedly this year, whether we've done a planning sheet like this or whether we've done a Foursquare planner, it's always a good idea to put your citation right there right away, so that A, you don't forget when you're writing your paragraph, and B, so that you don't have to go look it up again. Because that's really annoying when you're like, oh my gosh, I can't remember where I found this information. I have to go look it up again. Don't work harder, work smarter, okay? So write down which page you found that information on, and if it's a paraphrase, and it's a paraphrase that spanned the pages, or maybe it's even a quote that spanned the 2 pages, it's 26 through 27, okay? So again, even if it's a paraphrase and you put it in your own words, if it's an idea that you didn't have before you read this text, that means you cite it. You have to give credit to wherever you got the information. All right? And then there's also a space in step 2 for you to explain how this detail is relevant, how it supports your claim. So we've talked about this all year. It's not an explanation of what the information says. Okay? You're not explaining to me what the direct quote means. I can figure that out myself. I can read, okay? So your job there is to connect this piece of text evidence to the central claim that you made. So you need to connect it to your topic sentence. So why is this piece of evidence supporting the idea that the Voyager mission is significant? Okay? So that's what we need to be thinking about there in step 2. And then finally, step 3, I hate that they say write a conclusion, because it's not a conclusion. You're not writing a paragraph to end your paragraph, okay? You're just writing a summary sentence, okay? Summary sentence that wraps it up. If you need 2, you need 2, all right? But you need to make sure that you have everything all wrapped up, that you've not just finished explaining your second piece of text evidence and said, peace out, I'm done. You need a last sentence, you need a final sentence that reinforces that topic sentence that you wrote at the beginning, okay? So those are your 3 steps. That needs to be turned in today, okay? This constructing a response is the name of the worksheet, but we're just calling it our alien planning sheet or planning guide. So alien plan is the name of the assignment. You'll find the planning sheet inside that assignment. You need to download it, complete it, and then upload it and submit, so that I can see that you did the planning, that you did what you needed to do in order to write the paragraph. So again, this is the final copy. What you turn in on Friday is a test grade. It's only 10 points, but it is a test grade, and it is the first one that you have this quarter. So in order to write well, we have to plan well. So make sure you do the work today, okay? Because today is where the heavy lifting is. Today is the heavy lifting. Tomorrow is the let's put it all together, shine it up, polish it, make it look good, make it be good, so that we can get the best score that we possibly can, okay? So these are all skills that we've been using all year long. And actually, if you've been looking at assignments that you've done so far, we're almost 4 weeks into virtual learning. And if you've written paragraphs, and some of you have been skipping the paragraphs, I would not skip this one. But if you wrote paragraphs in the discussion guide for Aftershocks, or in either of those 2 worksheet quizzes, You've probably gotten some feedback from me on what things you need to improve. Maybe your explanation has been weak, or maybe you're not citing your sources correctly, or maybe you're skipping that summary sentence. So if you haven't looked for feedback, I would do that to see if maybe there are some comments somewhere along the way that are going to help you in your planning and help you in your writing, so that you can make sure that you do the best job that you possibly can this week. All right, so to recap, make sure that, I need to change my notes because my notes are wrong. You don't have to do story 22 today. You need to review your vocab today. Review your vocab, your alien plan assignment, and then your reading plus. And of course, if you've got the time, do a little reading. I'll see you tomorrow.